tries to command again, as Kevin Millar said, his third save of the series at first base. Millar goes 6. Here's Mankiewicz in there for defense. As Devannon, Molina, McPherson, 6, 7, 8 for Anaheim. Running out of innings, running out of outs. Against Bronson Arroyo, who has come and most notably a better road pitcher than in Boston, but he can pitch like this, he can pitch on the moon. What an outing that he has had, following up Pedro and Schilling's outings. Anaheim with just 3 hits and the 1 run.
You know how kids like to emulate their heroes. I mean, I'm just afraid that as well as he's pitching today, we're gonna see cornrows all around the little leagues.
Too hard to do, though.
Tony, they'll listen to you. Will you tell them those cornrows have nothing to do with how well he's pitching?
Absolutely nothing.
Mike Timlin, who is impressed very much so in this series, and the lefty, that wild and crazy guy Mike Myers, is up with the submarine delivery from the port side. Devannon walks. Pretty good run here as Mike Myers, the lefty, who will really scrape the dirt with his knuckles to deliver. As you pointed out, said earlier, let's see, Arroyo on the mound when they clinched a playoff berth last time. He had a 3-inning outing in Baltimore over the weekend just to stay sharp. Now the next week, okay, he's on the mound and perhaps they clinch a division series. What's next? Well, I tell you what Mike Myers coming in did. This is Jose Molina pitching, pinch hitting for the announced pinch hitter Casey Kochman when Francona went out. So Mike Myers essentially got rid of 2 guys off of Mike Scioscia's bench here. Jose Molina eventually is batting for the catcher, Benji Molina.
He's going to get rid of more than that. Because McPherson's heading back to the dugout now, and Adam Riggs has come out to the on-deck circle.
So you bring Myers in.
And you use up 3 guys.
And you could use up 3 guys.
But if you're Mike Scioscia right now, Tony, you manage. You got to go for it now.
Yeah.
You're not going to pinch hit for anybody in those first 5. You whatever bullets you have in your gun on your bench, you got to put them in the chamber.
Yeah. So a lefty pitching, you're going with righty hitters. You're going to try to play the percentages here.
Take 2 here.
Oh, I would take 2.
3-0 the count to Jose Molina. Devannon with a walk at first. In there for a strike. So
That's
you're
one
saying
thing
take again.
That's what I would. But that's
You need
one
base
thing
runners.
Myers has done different, Boomer, this year. He really struggled with right-handers the last couple of years. You see him now at times going back up top. He's changed that release point, and he's been more effective along with that.
Well, 2 walks have put 2 on for the Angels. Timlin, who is now pitching all 3 games of this series, was pitched 2 strong ones in game number 1. Struck out the side actually in the 9th. He comes on to face, well, was announced first Adam Riggs as the pinch hitter for Dallas McPherson, but now is Curtis Pride. So these 2 slots have had 6 players in them, if you will, because they're all pinch hitters in the first place.
Well, you're down 5 runs. You got to try to figure out a way to put some runs on the board to get back into this ball game.
Miller in on the grass at third. Pride runs well in case he drops one, but you wouldn't think that's what he's doing unless he's looking for a base hit.
He's looking to get a ball, maybe drive a ball in the gap and get a run home and get themselves in scoring position, because at this point you need runs.
They're hard to come by off of this guy.
Timlin's been very good. His whole Red Sox bullpen has been very good.
This is great to see both managers do exactly the right thing. I mean, this is the last thing Mike Scioscia can do as a manager. You're not going to pinch hit with Josh Paul or Meziga. They're not going to hit for any of the guys you've already got out there. He's at the bottom part of the order, Tony. He's just trying to turn it over to the top part of the order and maybe get Vladimir up there as the tying run somehow, some way.
That's exactly right. You're trying to get some guys on base so that when the order turns around, you might have a chance to score.
And how about just basically a story in perseverance by a young man, Curtis Pride. Deaf, you know, a great athlete, boy, a great basketball player from the Washington, D.C. area, and played with the Expos. He'd been around, and Hardship, forget about it. He's smiling on his face every day, and here he is with a chance to do something in the postseason.
You love hearing stories like that. Ooh. Just as we loved in Game 2 watching Jim Abbott throw out the first pitch, and just a remarkable career that he had.
Just hoping, as you mentioned, to get something going, then maybe little Eckstein can get a little sting on something. You're right, a couple, Erstad, Guerrero coming, but first things first. Timlin, they had 1 and 2 with 2 on and none out. And a flare. And he tried to deke Devan, and he got back there quickly, but ball was snared by Cabrera, and there's 1 out.
Things are happening quickly.
Well, they're counting outs right now.
Yeah, they are.
Right, they got 8 left.
And that's what you're doing. You're in this situation, you're trying to get outs. You'll give up a run to get an out.
David Eckstein, 0 for 2, has made an error. I told you at the beginning of the game, came up in the Red Sox farm system years ago. Timlin in there for strike 2. Boy, 38 years and throwing as strong as he ever has. A couple of world championship rings, Mike Timlin with Toronto in 92 and 93. Has a chance at another one. Little flare, Eckstein, and that's what we're talking about. The runners had to hold, and so therefore that's why barreling into second was Jose Molina. But here we go, bases loaded. They're in a position to get in it.
They battled and scraped and clawed, and that's a great at bat by Eckstein. That ball's out of the zone, up high. He fights it off into right field to load the bases. And if Figgins could get on or just prolong the inning, now you got some guys who are capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark, coming to the plate.
Fight and claw. Isn't that what Anaheim has done all year long?
You expect nothing less.
And they're not going to just fold their tent. They're going to keep scratching and clawing, trying to get back in it. It's only the 7th inning.
What's the last thing Socha told us in the manager's meeting? See you guys tomorrow morning.
He meant it too.
Of course. Figgins goes out with some high cheese from Timlin. Erstad 0 for 2 with a walk. 4 for 9 in this series, and hello off the crossbars down there in one of the seats. The ball came in there quick. So Devan the runner at third base, and Jose Molina, is he hurt? Oh boy, that wasn't a crossbar. And he just had no chance.
Nothing you can do that close.
That's tough. I hope he's all right. Devan, Molina, Eckstein, Liskanek also up. The right-hander, Curtis Liskanek. Wade Erstad. He goes fishing. It's 0-2. And now everybody in the sellout crowd on their feet.
That was a nasty sinking fastball. Perfect location. That's how you pitch as well in the postseason as Timlin has. By making pitches like that, he's got to make one more.
Are these not two hard-nosed guys right here, Timlin and Erstad, huh? You feel the grinding going on?
Yep, neither one's going to give an inch.
Just setting everything up as Veritek has done throughout this series. He set up Vladimir Guerrero with a huge out in Game 2. He's trying to do the same thing to Erstad here. You see all of the signs.
On the line, but foul.
Comes right back, Tony, after showing that high, hard fastball with an off-speed pitch down and away. He thought he could get him right here. There it is. Look at that perfect location down Just a great piece of hitting by Erstad to stay in this at bat. Now they'll go out and talk. I mean, this is Veritek taking charge here. He said, you know what? I just did my thing. All right. I mean, you got to give him credit. I weren't able to get him out. What do you think right now? Let's be thinking on the same page. Because you don't want to face the guy in the on-deck circle as the tying run.
That's why this at bat right here is huge. And he went for the kill and the ball away. Erstad did a great job of just fouling him up.
Erstad waits it out to 2-2. One pitch away from our favorite.
Yep.
Tony, you watch both of these guys, though. They don't even hear the crowd right now, do they? They've got that calm and that confidence that you feel like. If you're Social, you feel like Erstad's going to get on. If you're Francona, you feel like Timlin's going to get him out.
All right, here we go. Now it's the best moment in baseball. 3-2, 2 out, bases loaded. Everybody moving. So Devannon, Jose Molina, David Eckstein on the move. Timlin staring in. Erstad digging in. Ball 4. So Erstad, after 0-2, draws a walk.
For his possible MVP of the American League, with one swing of the bat, as bad as things have been, offensively, defensively, you lost your starting pitcher in the 4th inning, he could be tied.
Vlad swinging at the first pitch again, as he's done so often this series. Strike 1.
Well, Timlin ran that ball in on him. They know the situation. The last thing Timlin wants to do is leave a ball out over the middle of the plate that Guerrero could possibly get up and drive out of here. So, he's still got to focus in on making good pitches.
He hits this ball a long way to right. Back it goes. Back. Gone. Tied up. A game that seemed so easy, so much of a foregone conclusion, is now tied. Grand Slam has changed everything as the Angels scrapping, clawing, as Sutton, Tony, you've described, and we now have a new game. Mike Timlin has been outstanding, but Guerrero took him deep on a pitch that, well, we'll show it to you. And now Garrett Anderson, who quietly has had 2 hits, goes up against the left-hander Alan Embry. Embry, fittingly, as Mount St. Helens starts to erupt from Vancouver, Washington, where that volcano is, he's coming in to try to quell this Angel eruption.
Good breaking ball there by Embry.
A guy that throws a high percentage of fastballs, too. I agree with you, Tony. He wouldn't have moved around as much as he has if he'd have been that consistent with that breaking ball. He's been real good in that Red Sox uniform.
Seventh inning when they're down by 5 runs, those Anaheim Angels. Where have we seen this before?
You got some Giant fans that are mad at you right now.
No, they're not. I'm one of them. I'm mad at me.
I think it's a testament to Mike Social.
Yep.
These guys did not quit. They kept pecking away, and it wasn't glamorous at bats by Molina or by Eckstein. They just battled, gave themselves a chance. Erstad, the last at bat, the 3-2 walk after being down 0-2, and Guerrero comes up and does what power hitters, number 3 hitters, number 4 hitters are supposed to do. He drove in runs.
The stunned crowd trying to help Embry now. Little chopper by Garrett Anderson. Bellhorn to Mankiewicz. And the Angels are gone, but not until a grand slam from Vladimir Guerrero